Hello, I'm Griffin, and I'm going to talk more about Judiths Revenge. Today, I would like to talk about the god system and the god hierarchy. I'm really proud with how I came up with this system. So, for the gods hierarchy, when a human discovers something and really dives into it and understands that topic, when they die, they kind of become the god of that thing or deity. So for example, the first being to really be alive and to experience life goes through all the things that you have to learn on your first as the first person to ever live in. She became the goddess of life. And her husband, Diamithea, he discovered death because he lived longer than his wife. And he witnessed everything that Mythi discovered and saw grow. He saw it all die, and he had to understand that side of everything. So he is the god of death. They are in generations, and the generations are more time periods. Like Diamithea and Mythi were very early on. Harthi and Keethi, they are the next generation. And with these early generations, I wanted to try to keep their the last syllables of their name the same. Mythi, Diamithea. And then we have Harthi. He is the god of fire. Keethi, she is the goddess of cold, winter, and all the subcategories beneath those kind of those general terms. Another really cool thing about the gods for Ethesia, the realm this all takes place in, there are many different species, and it's not just one species who can be a god. There's a certain level of intelligence that these species have to have, of course. If they are able to fully, properly communicate and understand other species, then they can, if they discover something, they could become a god. And what I really like about the system, when later on in Judiths Revenge, when there's these courtroom scenes with the gods, because stuff goes down and the gods get involved. And you just see all these different, beautifully designed characters all in this room. They all look different. And because there's a lot of themes of science in here, I want to take animals that we actually have in our world and find a fun name in their root name and take really cool things from that species that makes it unique from other species and make a whole nother species on it. Hold on, let me pull up some. And I would like to do an example of this. So for frogs, their scientific name are Anura. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that right. I love that. That's a beautiful name for what I want to do with this species. So they're Anuras or Anurians. They and I took some really cool facts I found out about them, and I put it into this. They have really good eyesight. So the Anurians are going to have night vision. They are very aware of all the movement around them. They are really fast. And also a really cool thing I found out about frogs is that they can change their gender. So I think it would be a really cool way for some extra trans representation in my story. Another cool thing I'm looking into is axolotls. I'm looking into please forgive me if I say this wrong. Ambystomia mexicana. Probably pronounced that wrong. But then I named them in here because that can be a little bit of a mouthful. Ambystom machinum. And those axolotls. So axolotls have the ability to regenerate limbs, gills, and parts of their eyes and their brains, that's really cool. And they have different variations of their colors and their eyes. I want to incorporate that into these designs. Also, they have camouflage. But yeah, cool stuff. I'm really looking forward to this project, and I appreciate everyone who has worked with me so far in making it what it is, and I'm grateful for everyone who continues to work with me. If you are interested in joining my project, there's going to be a link to the Discord server below. You have to go through an audition process regardless of what you want to try out to be. There will be its own separate process. There will be an interview process, and then If you get accepted, you get accepted, and then I will private message you a link to the official Discord server where we will be working together.